What up, YouTube? Rich the Return Rider coming to you here from Florida on a 54-degree day here. We're out for some throttle therapy, guys, and I'm bringing you guys along with me. For all of you folks that's here for the first time, thanks for tuning in. For all you folks that's return viewers, I appreciate you coming back. For all that subscribe to the channel, guys, appreciate the support. For you folks that haven't yet subscribed, guys, hit that subscribe button so we can continue to bring you some of this content. Let's start the video out with a little bit of a U-turn here. A little bit of some emergency braking. So I like to start my videos. And checking out that Cadillac there. And a couple of the bikes they have here at the local dealership here. I see they have an Indian Challenger. So folks, we are out today trying to get it in. As I am now scheduled to have that drive bolt recall done. Hope to get out here and do a video before I drop the bike off. It's supposed to take about a day or so, but we're going to leave the bike overnight, and if they have any issues or complications there, we would at least have gotten a ride here. And as you can see from the title there, guys, we are talking about that 2025 50th anniversary Honda Goldwing. And as I stop at dealerships like this here or places and folks look over to the left side of my controls and they see that I own the manual, I often get that question, why the manual over the DCT? And I think they expect to hear something like, old school. And that's not quite what this is all about, folks. For anyone out there that might be looking to purchase the Honda Goldwing, and they're between whether to buy the manual or the DCT, what I'm going to say to them, guys, is it depends on what type of riding you intend to do. Now, I've recently heard a content creator do a video, and that video was done a while back as he was out at Harley-Davidson testing the 2018 Honda Goldwing manual, and made a comment is he don't understand why somebody would buy an automatic motorcycle. Did mention something about it being laziness. Got a couple of things to say about that. You know, there were times where as sports cars was transitioning away from that manual transmission to automatic paddle shift cars, we used to hear a lot of those comments. Why would somebody buy a sports car and it be an automatic over a manual? Guys, technology has come a long way. I don't even know if they have stuff like Corvettes, Porsche, and Ferrari today with manual transmissions. If they do, great that you have that option. But I could imagine most of the folks that own those vehicles today don't necessarily sit in traffic as they're traveling around the world or the country manipulating the clutch. So I understand the whole DCT thing. Now, if you hang on to the end of the video, I'm going to answer the question if I was purchasing that 2025 Honda Goldwing today, whether I would purchase the manual over the DCT. It's about a little over 3 years, almost 4 years of owning Ruby here, the 2019 Honda Goldwing manual. And one of the reasons that I purchased this motorcycle is after being away for riding motorcycles for 20 plus years, and I was asking for information on folks that was encouraging me at the time to make safety classes, the slow speed maneuvers. That being able to manipulate a clutch does give me an advantage. Now, I have seen videos and I have met a gentleman that showed me his videos with him doing slow speed maneuver classes with the DCT, and just plain and simply say, look, it might take a little bit more practice for you to realize where that drive is, as opposed to maybe a friction zone with a clutch. But what I want to say, guys, is for all of those safety classes, the Honda Goldwing any generation is more than capable. So much of that have to do with rider's technique. But at the time, I was prioritizing those classes. I still love to do those classes. I just came back from Jacksonville, watching my first police rodeo. And at one time had seriously considered doing some of these slow speed challenges. And if I had opted to do that at the time, guys, it wouldn't even be a Honda Goldwing. It would probably be, as I'm seeing at these classes here, either BMWs or a Road King, Harley Davidson. And you know, it was advised at one point that if I'm going to think about doing these classes, to really consider the Road King. The protection, the maneuverability, of course the turning radius. But I'm saying that to say, folks, if you are considering whether to buy one option over the other, it depends on the type of riding that you want to do. One of the questions that I want to ask to all the folks out there that are Honda Goldwing enthusiasts, and not just the Generation 6 Honda Goldwing riders, but the previous generation, 5, 4s, whatever, Aspencades from way back. If you had the option at the time to purchase a DCT over a manual, would you have done that? And why I'm asking that is I realize in the world of Honda Goldwing riders, man, some of them have so many years of riding, whether they're coming from previous generation Honda Goldwings or whether they're coming from other brands of motorcycles. A lot of the Honda Goldwing community is older riders, years of experience of riding. They love the comforts of traveling the country, in some cases the world. It's more about the mileage travel than maybe the techniques of learning slow speed maneuvers or whatever they're, you know. I'm saying that to say, folks, it depends on the type of riding that you want to do. Two things that I'm happy about as this new generation Honda Goldwing has been presented to us, and again, I haven't seen all of the specs and the details of it, and I'm not going to do a video about that until I actually lay eyes on it. But from watching other content creators, I see from what they're saying that we have limited colors. I know a lot of folks are not happy about that, and they have taken away, from what I was told, the navigation system. We do have, according to them, wireless Apple CarPlay and Android. That'll be a beautiful thing. But the two things that I'm excited about is that, first of all, they didn't make a drastic change in the Generation 6 body styling. See, if they went to a Generation 7 or modified the Generation 6 body styling in any drastic way, it depreciates the Generation 6 Honda Goldwing. Who the hell that owns the Generation 6 want that? And most of us knew they weren't going to do that. Honda just is not going to make that drastic change at this state of the game. But the other thing that I'm really happy about is that they gave us the option of the manual versus the DCT. And why I say that is when I first purchased this motorcycle, guys, I heard that they sold X amount of DCTs over the manuals, and this, you know, the prediction at the time was that in the future they might be getting rid of the manual altogether. And as we know from the 2024, I think the bagger style was only available in the DCT. So again, guys, having options is a beautiful thing. Like I say, if Corvettes, Ferrari, and Porsche still offers manual transmissions out there, kudos to them. But for folks that have gone DCT, they're going to clearly tell you they're not going back to a manual transmission. And I gotta be honest with you, folks, if I did a different type of riding, or often accused in the comment section of not being a real rider, was told by one commenter that motorcycle riding is a lifestyle, not a hobby. You know what I said to that at the time, guys. Motorcycle riding is whatever you want it to be. You see, I'm a creature of comfort. The wife and I are both creatures of comfort. The idea of sitting in extreme temperatures in Atlanta traffic, riding in the New York traffic, LA traffic, in super cold temperatures or super hot temperatures while we wait for an hour or two of creeping through this traffic is just not my style. I spend up to 5 hours on this motorcycle on some days, guys, and I rarely encounter traffic. It's innovative, guys. Honda is the only one that gives us that option. Great option. So yeah, what I want to say, folks, is for anyone watching this video that are looking for information on whether they should purchase a DCT over a manual, ask yourself the question, what kind of rider are you? It makes sense if you're one that are traveling all over the country and you want to do it in ease and comfort. DCT might be your choice. Now, in my case, even today, as much as I love doing that slow speed maneuver stuff, I love the control, I love riding these back roads, and I have options of doing this for hours on end, and I had to purchase this motorcycle today in the 2025, I might still go back with the manual over the DCT. Maybe in the future that would change, don't know. Regardless of what your choice is, man, it depends on what type of rider you are. You can't go wrong with any of the choices that you make. I often hear, guys, the folks that say, hey, once they went DCT, they'll never go back. The one thing that I'm going to encourage you to do, guys, as we get out here for some throttle therapy, is to do the total control classes, do the advanced safety classes, add some protection to your motorcycle. But if nothing else, practice emergency braking and swerving. The experts claim that's the one tool we should have in our toolbox to help keep us safe out there on the streets. Anyway, guys, I hope I answered some of you questions out there. Leave in the comment section below whether you would choose the DCT over the manual and why. At the end of the day, it's better that you drop your bike on the concourse or on the parking lot than to crash them out there in the streets. Rich, the return rider on the 2019 Honda Goldwing Ruby manual, and I am out.